Good morning to all of you. It's a pleasure to greet you once again. Welcome to the third broadcast of the news program Dazarismendi.
As usual, we will have important information to share with you. Let's start.
Presenta Caracol Sports.
In sports, we report that the players of North Korean women's national team were received like heroes in Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea, after winning the U20 World title in Colombia, won a serial victory over Japan in the final.
Upon arriving in their country and getting off the plane, the world champions were greeted by a large entourage of the regime controlled by Kim Jong-un, and then boarded a bus decorated with flowers and the North Korean flag that transported them through the main streets of the capital, arriving in front of Kim Jong-un.
It has come to light that the U20 Women's World Cup final was not broadcast in North Korea, but was broadcast on tape delay and with several edits of the original broadcast some 12 hours after the game. As we already know, the restrictions that exist in this country are more than exaggerated, even when it comes to something they will later be so proud of.
Even North Korea has participated several times in the Olympics. However, since 2017, which were the last games, since in 2021 they were cancelled due to the issue of COVID, they had been deprived of going out until this year. If you ask me, Laura, I think this is fabulous what the players achieved and very well deserved. But I find it unprecedented that they let participate a country with a dictatorial regime and the conditions in which we already know that North Korea is. If the Comité vetoed Russia and Belarus from the Olympics in Paris this year, why let North Korea participate? Now, let's go to the controversy of the month that was recently all the rage in all the social networks.
Ooh.
We are talking about the P Diddy case. Who is P Diddy? Well, Sean Combs was born in a small town in the US. He majored in business administration in college, where he held weekly dance parties, dropped out of school to go to a record label to produce various artists.
In 1998, began his popularity. Diddy was accused of several cases of homicide of singers and assault. Diddy began to hold annual parties to mark his presence in the elite. His goal was to put everyone of the same color and same power. So the first requirement for attendance was to wear white.
There was a time when some of the most requested tickets were those of these parties because they could get in touch with people of power. Some of the artists that be the others people's statement or leaked recordings were Jennifer Lopez,
Leonardo DiCaprio,
Aliyah,
Paris Hilton,
Kim Kardashian,
Usher,
Jay-Z,
Beyoncé,
Aston Kutcher,
Justin Bieber,
Khloe Kardashian,
Mark Anthony,
Nicky Jam.
Donald Trump.
According to some participants, the most out of control happened after 2 a.m. when most of the guests had already left.
We're going to have DJ Cassidy right now get on the ones and twos. We fed y'all, we gave y'all some drinks, now it's time to enjoy life. This is a celebration of life. This is a legendary white party. It's the real white party. Make some noise if you've been here before. Okay. And to all the kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to. Okay? So, let's just start to get our groove on a little bit. In an hour, we put the kids away. It's all good. Alright, DJ.
The event was divided into levels of excess. That started at a general entrance in the sanctuary, and the last place will be a room where the real party happened. The arrival of the substance such as ecstasy and white power in that place, Diddy will have convinced several of his guests to perform a sexual practice for the promise of money or a place in the industry. Diddy just watches these acts and recorded them without consent. This was used for a blackmail.
There is the case of Aaliyah, who died in a plane crash that was supposedly planned by Beyoncé and Diddy, because Beyoncé felt intimidated by her. Since that day, Beyoncé has published several publications at the time of her songs to Diddy to pay respect to her.
Michael Jackson in 2009 had a conversation with a friend of his about the dark forces trying to end his life. Their conversation was leaked. Some theories believe that Diddy was involved because Michael was critical of the exploitation of artists, the society of which Diddy was part of.
What's wrong, Michael?
I don't know if I should tell you this, but I don't know who may be listening. There may be a group of people that want to get rid of me. They don't want me here anymore.
I don't understand. What do you mean? Talk to me.
I can't talk about it over the phone. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just feel in my soul, only God knows, they could shoot me. They could stab me. They could frame me and say I overdosed you on drugs. They can do a lot of things.
Who could do these things?
It's not the government. It's more than the government. But I don't know, Tita. I don't care. They can kill me. I don't even care my life anymore. I just want my children to be okay. My angels. I want them to be safe.
Michael,
I gotta go.
Diddy was involved in altercations with several artists and producers like J. Cole and Drake. The name of Justin Bieber has been very well known because Diddy helped him in his popularity. There are several recordings where very strange
No.
conversation of them are shown, and strange behaviors by Bieber. Below are two unpublished recordings of these two people.
It's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you wanna do? What you wanna do over the next 48 hours?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right.
My
Okay.
number?
Yeah.
But at the moment, Justin has not confirmed if he was a victim of abuse at one of these famous parties.
On September 16 of the year 2024, Diddy was captured while he was in a hotel in New York. This after the authorities made inspections in Diddy properties.
The authorities reported that they found narcotics and baby oil and lubricants in his properties that was used in his parties. It is even said that the baby oil was not baby oil, but GHB, better known as liquid ecstasy. A day later, the code reveals the charge for organized crime, sex trafficking, and transportation of prostitution.
Accusing Diddy of abusing and threatening women and people around him. On October 1, class action lawsuit is filed by 120 people against Diddy that includes underage crimes of assault and it is believed more dirty secrets. Among those people is a 9 years old boy and 25 minors. The trial will start on May 5, 2025, and is expected to last for 1 month.
Thank you very much for connecting to this Dazarismendi podcast. That was all for today. And Elif continues, do not miss this interesting chapter.
Hey, wait. We can't end like this. You know what to say.
Oh, yes, I almost forgot. I'll say it and then you. It's up to both of us to do it, or else they'll cancel the newscast. 1, 2, 3. Thanks to Billions for letting us tell this news.
Thanks to Billions to letting you tell this news.
Bretaña acompaña tus mejores momentos.